after you've flexed your horse in the halter, you're going to move on to flexing him in the bridle. And you're going to do the same thing that you did in the halter. You just slide your hand down, hold and wait for him. There he flexes, so I release. So this is the next lesson before you start riding him and flexing him from the saddle. So you always want to do things in steps. You want to start in the halter, move to the bridle on the ground, and then we can mount up and flex him in the bridle while he's under saddle. This just gives him a good basis of understanding of what you're asking before you do it while you're riding him. Like in the beginning when I was flexing him in the halter, he really wanted to move around a lot. This time he moves around a lot less, and he's really getting the concept here. The bridle does help him out a bit more than the halter does. It's a more specific pressure, so he's really getting it this time. So he's keeping his head there. That's perfect. So lightly pick up, and he's keeping his face nice and level. That's exactly what you want right here. So reach down, I'm gonna hold and wait, and release when he moves his head toward me. Hold and wait, and release. I'm gonna ask for a little bit more because he knows what I'm asking for. Perfect. And reward him for putting his head in the right place. And I really don't want his head past right there. I don't want it bending too much toward me. I want his nose and his ears lined up vertically. I don't want him to bend that nose toward me too much. So right there is perfect. Slide down, hold and wait, ask for a bit more and release. Good. Now if he was really stiff, I would ask for a lot less and reward a lot sooner, but he's gotten the hang of it, so I'm gonna ask for a bit more. Do the same thing on both sides. I'll slide my hand down here. And he responds to very light pressure, so that's perfect. So if your horse isn't responding really well to this and he's still stiff, I'd do this for a few more days, but you want your horse to look like this before you start asking him while you're riding him. And if he's getting worse, I would hold, and then if he's really stiff, I would just bump on the bit a little bit to get him off that pressure. Storm doesn't really need to do that because he's responding really well. He steers really well, so he doesn't need that extra pressure. But I've had a few horses that definitely do. So you just bump a little bit. I kind of bring my hand up and down and then get him off that pressure. And then once he brings that head towards you, then I release automatically. And then you start again asking with the slightest pressure and then increasing it as you need. Slide my hand down, hold, release. So there, if he wasn't paying attention from my hold, I would bump and then I would release as soon as he bent his head. And then I'd start again with the lightest pressure. Really great there. He's keeping his head bent, he's thinking about me. Very nice. Keeping his head straight. So right now he's ready to do the undle saddle work for sure. He didn't move around nearly as much as he did in the halter, so he's really grasping the lesson.